Hi everyone, it's me Robyn with mypinkstamper.com, and today I've got a card for you, and actually it's a card that I'm doing for this card swap for my Stampin' Up team, for everybody who signed up to be a demonstrator along with me, to go along with the journey. We're having a monthly card swap, and this is our first swap, so I thought I would share the card that I made with you guys in a video, and it's actually super cute. It turned out really super cute. So I'm going to show you the different techniques I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the watercolor paper, and so some of you, if you're looking through the catalog and you wonder what that's for, I'm going to show you. We're going to use the Stampin' Write markers that you can get in the sets to go along with each of the different color families. We're going to use the dots, it's called the Dots for Days background stamp, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to ink up a background stamp, the easiest way that works for me. There are probably other people that have found other ways, but this huge stamp, and we're using this huge unmounted rubber with it, which I'm using with the clear mount with the acrylic, and we're also using the triple banner punch, which I am loving. I've used it on 2 different projects, and I'm so excited. It's so fun. And then we're using, this is a Hostess stamp set called Birthday Bakery, and you can purchase this on your own. You just have to either have a workshop that's $150 or more, or if you're ordering for yourself, your own personal order that's $150 or more, you're your own hostess, and so then you have the opportunity to purchase this stamp set along with other stamp sets. I'm going to show you how to use the brayer, and we're using the Memento Tuxedo ink, and also the colors we're using are Melon Mambo, Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, and the basic black cardstock, and also some ribbon. So something super simple, so let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, we are using Birthday Bakery Hostess set. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick, and some of you already probably know this. So you have the option when you get the wood mounted or the unmounted, they're called the clear mount, you have the option whether to add the sticker to the back, like so. Now if you add the sticker, you're going to notice that they don't stick to the clear blocks and they don't really stick to the plastics. So what you can do, and it does really help to have the sticker on because you can kind of see what you're stamping and where you're stamping it. But what I did, got this tip from a friend online, you can take your two-way glue, and you can just, you know how this is the two-way glue, and it's blue, it comes out blue, and then it turns clear, and when it's blue, it's kind of like permanent, and when it's clear, it's not, it's removable. And so what you can do is just take your pen and just kind of let it dry on here for a little while, and that's a little too much, so let me do this. I have put a little too much on there. Okay, good thing I had a paper towel next to me. So just let that dry, and when that dries, it'll become like this one, and it'll be sticky, and you can't even see because it's clear. So that's a way, if you want to use your stickers, that's the way to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be using the watercolor paper, and I'm just going to cut everything for you guys as we do it, so you can kind of see how I do it and how I use it. I really honestly love the Stampin' Up trimmer. I just really, really like it, and I'm not just saying that. So we're going to use, let me just go ahead and cut all 3 pieces of paper right here. We're using the Melon Mambo, the basic black, and this is the watercolor paper from Stampin' Up. We're going to cut the watercolor. It doesn't matter the length of it, but the width of it, I'm going to go ahead and just cut. This one's just 1 inch. So just cut this at 1 inch, and oops, I've got touching something. Line it up, cut it 1 inch, and put this aside. And then I'm going to cut the Melon Mambo. It should already be at 1.5. This is 1.5 inch, and it's good. And this should be, I'm finding that it needs to be a little less than 2 inches to fit. Just a tiny, tiny bit less to fit into the punch for the 2 inches, and that's perfect. Okay, so that was easy, right guys? Set our trimmer aside. I'm not going to cut the other paper, but let me tell you the sizes that we're using. This is Blushing Bride, I believe. Let me look. Blushing Bride cardstock, and this is 5.5 by 8.5. Can you guys see my paper okay? All right. And then we're using the Pear Pizzazz, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm gonna fix my lighting so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and stamp on the watercolor paper. We're stamping this, where did it go? Right in front of me, right here. We're going to stamp using the Memento Tuxedo Black, so we're going to stamp straight across. And I am going to stamp, actually, what did I need to do first? Oh, first thing I'm going to do is do the punch, so let's set that aside. We're going to put this in here and punch the 1 inch part. This is the triple banner punch and I love it, because look, I have 1 banner right here. So we're going to, let me ink this up again just in case got a little dry. And I'm going to just line it up here. Just stamp it really nicely. Yay, look at that. Perfect. So we're just going to color this right now. Set your ink aside. You don't really need it until we're stamping the sentiment at the end. Put my stuff away. I'm trying to keep I cleaned my craft room last night, like at midnight when I was working on this. So this, like I said, this is going to be for my swap. So as demonstrators and as non-demonstrators, there's lots of different opportunities to swap cards with each other. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to color this off camera. Let me just do a little bit of it so you guys can see how well these work, and then I don't want to take the time up coloring for you guys. So it has 2 tips. It has the brush tip, and that's on my floor now. The brush tip, which obviously is inky, you guys can see that. And then it has the writing tip right here, so you can actually coordinate and write with that as well. So I'm going to use, this is the Melon Mambo, and I'm like going to color. Now I'm not using a watercolor technique, I'm just actually coloring in. So I'm trying to stay somewhat in the lines, but it's okay if you go out a little bit because it is the watercolor, so it's going to kind of pull it out a little bit, going to expand it. So I'm just kind of randomly going through and doing some of the pink here. And you guys mix this up. If you're going to use my card, mix it up. Use the colors that you have. If you don't have this stamp set, use one that's similar to it, or just use this for the idea. Okay, I'll do a couple more. I'll just do the Melon Mambo part. How about that? And then I'll do the other colors offline. Offline. And I'm not wearing my glasses, but I'm not squinting, I don't think. Well, actually, maybe I am squinting. Not sure. And I love coloring. It just reminds me of when I used to be like a kid and I used to color in coloring books. And so it's really good to do different types of techniques with crafting because each one, you know, brings you different joys. Okay, so I did all of the Melon Mambo. I'm going to do the others off camera and we'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, I finished coloring and I used also, I forgot about the smoky slate because I wanted to have some of them kind of look like silver. So mixed in. So these are the pens that I used. Okay, now we're going to use the cutter again. The trimmer. And I'm not even really measuring. I'm just going to kind of like, just cut right up to it. Okay, kind of cut right up to here. Do you guys see that? Cut right up to it. And then I'm going to, let's use the triple punch for all of these while we have them out. Just going to stick, this is the 1 inch Mellow Mambo. Mambo, whatever. I can never get that name right. It's Melon Mambo. Why do I always want to say Mamba? I'm thinking of the black Mamba, probably. Okay, and then our black 2 inch strip. There we go. I have these all ready, so I'm going to go ahead and start layering these. So, let's layer the white on here. Where is my adhesive? Here it is. Ha ha ha. So I'm using the snail adhesive. Put this on here. Look at how cute this is, you guys. Super easy. And now this one I'm going to also cut, but I'm going to cut it just a little bit wider. Let's see here. That's good. Do you guys see how I'm not like doing it perfectly and it still looks good? Now this one we add onto here, so let's put adhesive on here again. And then we're almost done with this part. Okay, you guys like that? Okay. Oops. Did you hear me say oops? Oops. I'm just going to move it over just a little bit, just a titch. Okay. I had a little bit too crocked. There we go. And now I'm going to take this and we're going to line it directly with this, the pink. Let's see if I can do this from my angle. Yeah, just really, I wanted that one to be kind of just flush and then just to have that. Does that make sense? Cute. Okay, I think that's all I need with my paper cutter. Okay, so now let's do the background. This is the background right here, and this is a fun technique that I'm going to show you guys. So we're using the background stamp right here, and I'm using a brayer. This is the rubber brayer that is in the catalog, and we're using this stamp. I already showed you guys, but I'm going to show it to you closely. It's called Dots for Days. I love polka dots. I think you guys know that. And then we need the ink pad. Hold on one sec. Okay, so what we're using here is the Pear Pizzazz ink pad. Open it up, lay it down here. And to ink up these big stamps, you could turn it over and do this, you know, and you can kind of get a somewhat even, but what I found, and I've been doing this for years and years and years. Take the brayer and just brayer it up. You guys see that? Brayer, probably got some on my hand just now too, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, brayer this baby up. This gives it a nice, even, solid look. So, and there's lots of different things you can use your brayer for, so we'll talk about those another time. Okay, this is what I do. Just keep it on its back. Take your paper and fold it kind of like this a little bit. I mean, not fold it. Bend it a little bit and then lay it on here. Push down from the center first. Get your background paper and just go like this with pressure. Apply pressure. Make sure the paper doesn't, the cardstock doesn't move. And now, you guys ready? Voila! Doesn't that look good? I love it. Set that aside. So now we have our background done. This card is coming along quicker than when I designed it last night. I was making it last night. It took me a long time. I was watching TV too, so that's probably why. Okay, so we're gonna take this Melon Mambo. What is this called? It's called cotton ribbon, which I love. I love this cotton ribbon. And then I'm gonna take my tape dispenser. And I was thinking, what can I do that's kind of different? And so what I've done is put a little tape back here, and we're gonna take our ribbon, make sure I have my scissors ready. Take my ribbon and I'm gonna bring it around once, and I'm gonna bring it around twice. Twice. Just a little bit of a cross in the middle, like that. Do you guys see that? Bring it around here and then put tape on it again. It's kind of the cheater method. It's just a little bit different of a look. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, let's stamp this first. So we're using the sentiment that came with this Hostess set, and it says, if you are what you eat, eat something cute. So let's do that first before I get a bumpy ribbon on there. So we're gonna take this, ink it up. If you are what you eat something cute. And these are super, super cute. So let me take this, kind of see where I'm gonna put it. And I want this off to the side just a little bit. So stamp it firmly, lift it up. And you can see it better in person, but it's on there. Super cute. And let's be finished with this in just a second. Fold over your paper to give you a nice card base. This is a really pretty color, this Blushing Bride. I haven't used it very much. This is the first time I'm really using it, and I really love it. Let's put our paper on here. Just really put a lot of adhesive on there. Put this on our card like so. You guys hear my kids? They're in the kitchen. It's almost time for me to be done with this. Okay, so now I'm going to take some dimensionals, Stampin' Up dimensionals, and I'm using 5. I know that sounds like a lot, but I want it to be really sturdy. 5 dimensionals right here. Peel them off, and we are almost done with the card. There is a couple of added things I'm going to add to it. So, okay, we have this on here nice and flush, even. We're going to take another strip of this over here. Let me just cut it like so. And I'm going to put this underneath here. So it is kind of like the cheater method, you know, ribbon bow, but I'm going to have it up on the side a little bit like this and just pull it towards you. Isn't that cute? I actually really like it a lot. And I like to cut straight across right on this one. Just cut straight across, and we're almost done. So what we're going to do now is, I'm really happy to see that Stampin' Up has this, and it's called Dazzling Details. And you guys know I love the glitter glue. And so we're just going to put this on some of the accents. So what I've done is I'm just going to squeeze it on like the rose on the top, and I'm going to put it on this pink. Basically, I'm kind of putting it on everything that's the melon mambo. Black mambo. You guys. So just squeeze it on here. Remember, it's going to take some time to dry. So don't put anything on top of it. And look at my nails kind of match the melon mambo. I was going to do 4th of July nails, and I thought, no, I just really want pink nails today. Okay, so we're not done. Let's add one more touch and then we're done. Hold on one second. Okay, for every collection you can get what's called candy dots, and I really love these. And so we're just going to add the Blushing Bride color, and they come in all of the colors that are in that collection. So in the very beginning, I recommend starting out with one collection because you can get everything that coordinates. And you, oops, I stuck my finger, but it didn't go in the glue. That is awesome. It did not. Okay, awesome, here we go. So here is my finished card, and I hope the girls on my team like my card swap. And they're probably, hi everybody if you guys are watching it. Okay, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.